Hi, this is 1010 the Navigator, and this is the last chapter of Maximillien de Lafayette's 2022 Anunnaki Code, End of the World and Their Return to Earth. This is chapter 47, question 47. How do Anunnaki explain the relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene? The Holy Grail topic occupies a paramount part in the Anunnaki manuscript, the Book of Ramadosh, because many early Christian thinkers and Gnostics were members of Ulema groups and their affiliates, such as the Cathars, the Templars, and the Knights of St. John Order of Malta. Logically, the followers of Mary Magdalene, who created the first Christian group in Alexandria, and later on joined the Ulema became interested in the Anunnaki. Because the Anunnaki society is matriarchal in essence, Mary Magdalene figures prominently in its literature. For centuries in the Near East, Middle East, North Africa, Asia Minor, Anatolia, and the early Coptic, Aramaic, Syriac, Nabatean, and Anunnaki circles and learned societies, the New Testament was followed and understood quite differently from the way contemporary Western believers, devoted Christians, and hardcore doctors of the Roman Catholic Church do. In addition to the Gospel of Mary, which contained only a few pages about her life, her ministry, and relationship with Jesus, several other manuscripts told the true story of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and Christianity. Many of those early religious manuscripts were written by Ulema. The Ulema circle, which consisted of some of the brightest minds of the era, who came from various and different cultural, social, and religious backgrounds, told the absolute truth about Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Many Ulema were Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Gnostics, and free-spirited thinkers and ethicists. However, they shared many things in common, such as the truthful knowledge and essence of the religions that were originated in the Levant, Orient, Middle, or Near East, the origin of mankind, the nature of the Anunnaki, substances that compose several parallel dimensions, and the concept of human salvation. Their knowledge extended to the Old Testament, the New Testament, extraterrestrial civilizations, and the destined future of mankind. To the Roman Catholic Church, the knowledge and teachings of these enlightened teachers were sacrilege and blasphemy. In other words, a direct and imminent threat to Rome. The Ulema taught the principles of the code of ethics as prescribed in the Anunnaki Ramadosh book had an ultimate respect for Jesus and Mary Magdalene. However, the Ulema never considered Jesus of Nazareth as a Messiah or God. In Revelation of an Anunnaki's Wife, a biography of Victoria, a hybrid woman, half human and half Anunnaki, I co-authored with Il Arbal, PhD. We devoted an extensive chapter on the relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. What we wrote about was based upon revelations by Victoria depicting her travel in time to Marseille, where she allegedly met Mary Magdalene in her own home. Please refer to the book. But briefly, the Ulema Anunnaki were fully aware of the relationship that existed between Jesus and Mary Magdalene as a married couple. This leads me to several questions and inquiries I have received from my readers who asked whether Jesus was God, the Son of God, or an Anunnaki. The Ramadosh book describes Jesus as a rabbi who preached love, compassion, and justice. But also, the Ramadosh book depicted Jesus as a rebel with a revolutionary set of mind, however peaceful and loving. No, Jesus was not an Anunnaki, and Jesus was not God. The cliché Son of God was frequently used by the Essenes in their teachings and was used to refer to the righteous ones. The teachings of the Anunnaki Ulema did not diminish the importance of Christianity nor tarnish the image of Jesus. Simply, they shed the light of truth on the origin of Christianity, the nature of Jesus, and the important role Mary Magdalene played in launching this great religion in Alexandria and her paramount impact on Jesus. The Roman Catholic Church felt threatened and feared that its authority over the simple-minded and illiterate believers will dispute. Christianity, as well as we know it to be today in the West, is a scenario well crafted by Emperor Constantine and the mighty Vatican. It is absolutely misinterpreted, fabricated, and intentionally recreated by the Roman Catholic Church. Christianity was never created by Jesus. Christianity is the product and the results of the propaganda of Paul. The Anunnaki Book of Ramadosh, as well as the Anunnaki Myria, sort of Akashic records, so to speak, tell the true story of Jesus, his life in Palestine, Arwad, Phoenicia, Cyprus, and France. Also, it describes in detail the episodes of the life Mary Magdalene and Jesus shared in Palestine and France. Mary Magdalene, the wife of Jesus. The Book of Ramadosh describes Mary Magdalene as a relatively young, attractive, and faithful Jewish woman who stood by her man, Jesus. She was the wife of Jesus, and their matrimonial union gave birth to healthy children who grew up in Marseille, France. Long time before any book was written in the West about the Holy Grail and Jesus' bloodlines, the remnants and descendants of the Anunnaki in the Middle and Near East already told us that Jesus was married. Mary Magdalene was his wife, and the concept of the Holy Grail was nothing else but the lineage of Jesus. These facts were well known and accepted during the 3rd century AD in Eastern countries. The Anunnaki literature is not limited exclusively to space-time travel, the genetic creation of the human race, and the captivating Sumerian mythology. It has also deep emotions, a human touch, and captivating philosophical, religious, and metaphysical aspects. After all, many of the ethical codes and laws of societies of the ancient world were given by the Anunnaki to rulers and kings in the Near East, Middle East, Asia, and North Africa, including Mesopotamia's King Hammurabi, India's King Dabshalim, Persia's Shah Anu Sharwin Keshra, Tyre's King Hiram, and King Solomon. However, the Anunnaki did not give the human race's laws governing religion and faith, even though some of the lower class of the early Anunnaki who descended on Earth brought to humanity organized religions and fake deities. They had to do it in order to control and enslave humanity. The purpose of bringing those religions to Earth was to create fear in the minds and hearts of primitive humans. The early Anunnaki knew that religion is the most effective way and method to control people. And when you religiously control people, you get hold of their lives, way of life, assets, and possessions, present and future. The Roman Catholic Church knew that quite well and practiced these tactics for centuries. Consequently, any book, any manuscript, any text, any teaching that taught the truth, the factual origin of man, the creation, science, astronomy, studies of the future of humanity, became a direct threat to the power and authority of Rome and its affiliates around the world. And this concludes completely 2022 Anunnaki Code, End of the World, and their return to Earth.